I'm so lost.
AI that with Copilot.
Docs. Chat.
AI that with a Copilot Plus PC from Best Buy.
Why tangle?
Well, I
Why?
thought we were going to recreate that photo.
Couldn't find
Why
it.
is this a thing?
AI that with Copilot.
And they're both
Oh.
AI that with a Copilot Plus PC from Best Buy.
No, only one is. Because of course it is. There we go.
3 reasons why I
What up,
canceled
what
my
up?
DoorDash subscription and switched to Cook Unity. Number 1, I was spending way too much.
There.
DoorDash fees,
Thank God.
delivery charges, and overpriced restaurant meals had me spending way too much per week on food. I love
There we go. And we turn that down. All right. What up, what up? Quick little stream tonight. Not really much else going on. Hey, first one on Twitch? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right, let me move this up here. What's up, Healy? We got a very short stream where I'm just going to edit Friday's YouTube video because we got the podcast tomorrow. Thursday, I'm not quite certain on timing of some stuff. So I need to start this and make sure this is like good to go. Thumbnail done, everything. And then Emily's coming back and we are decorating our Christmas tree tonight. So, and she got off work early. I was not intending that. So, like, we got to be wrapped up here by 10 o'clock latest. So, we're going to zoom through this edit. Talk a little bit about KESPA Cup. Talk a little about the NA Tag Team. And go from there. Yeah. Decrease the volume. There we go. Okay, I need to edit the live on this real quick. How's everybody doing, though? How's our nights? Hopefully we're doing well. Finish Photoshop. I need to delete some of these. Dear God, there's way too many pictures in there. Okay, there we go. That's updated. I can pull up the dashboard for Twitch finally. And put that off to the side. Nope. Just got home from work. Excited to see the editing process. Yeah, it's fairly simple. There's really not much to it. All right, I recorded earlier before I went to the gym. Content recordings. There we go. Display my team is ignoring tag team. We'll see. Look, more might commit as time goes on. You never know. So I wouldn't worry about it just yet. Until it's all said and done, don't worry. Just apply public pressure to try and get your teams involved. That's probably the biggest thing. But you never know. Okay. I know. That needs to go there. All right. I actually do need to mute the music. I completely forgot because we'll add the music afterwards. All right, let's do this. So is the KESPA Cup the final tournament of 2025, or is it the first tournament of 2026 due to the new rosters? Because the KESPA Cup starts tonight. Well, yeah, tonight by the time I'm posting this video on Friday, technically tomorrow, but nevertheless, it's here. And much like golf, we kind of have this wraparound schedule where the official calendar year, like the Golden Road, everything else, that doesn't actually... I need a graphic for the KESPA Cup on this. Twitter. KESPA Cup. Wait, was that line announced in their roster? What the hell? Using the T1 building for your Lion promo is an interesting choice. Oh no, they're in. Oh, as in like they are. They're practicing at the T1 facility. Got it. Got it. Okay, so Zamudo's announced. That's cool. Nice. I was gonna say, using the facility for your T. Oh, I didn't even get the thing that I went to. Jesus. KESPA Cup. That's the graphic we need. Bang. Let's pop this over here real quick. Effect controls. Let's put that. Bang. Actually, I like the team one a little bit better. Yeah, I like that a little bit better. All right, let's go Alpha Glow. Bang. That we're going to put. There we go. Up starts tonight. Well, yeah, tonight by the time I'm posting this video on Friday, technically tomorrow, but nevertheless, it's here. And much like golf, we kind of have this wraparound schedule where this video, because I've got a really cool update for everybody. I apologize if there's Hey, hold up. Playing with a toy and I don't want to be Pantheon Kun, thank you for the follow. If you have a problem with day for everybody. I apologize if there's crinkling in the background. Coco's playing with a toy and I don't want to be a jerk and take the toy away from her. If you're there we go. I know I struggled with speaking in this particular video for some reason. If you have a problem with the audio quality, just know you are trying to get me to upset a dog, and that's not cool. But much like the FedEx Cup... Anyways, back on topic. Much like the not cool. Anyways, back on topic. Much like the FedEx Cup in golf, this still technically is part of what I'm calling 2026, like the wraparound calendar that goes through to next year, because these are going to be the rosters that we're going to see. And we've already touched on a video talking about the KESPA Cup. It will be available only on Disney Plus. For those that haven't seen it, Blabber put out a pretty interesting advertisement for it, which is pretty fun. If you don't have Disney Plus, no clue yet where our highlights might be at. Never got an answer, so I don't know what to tell you. But I'll be covering everything here. And now we know the groups, we know the matchups, so we can... There might be at. Never got an answer, so I don't know what to tell you. But I'll be covering everything. Jesus, some of these delays at the end of this. I need to cut these a lot closer to the focal spikes. Okay, there we go. I think that's fine. And now we know the groups, we know the matchups, so we can talk about this thank you, man. Just a little bit more. Glad you can make it. Again, for the group stage, it is going to be you need to finish first in your group. Okay. To be able to automatically go to the knockout stage of this tournament, or you finish second and you... Okay, I need the group thing. KESPA tweeted out the groups a bit ago. Let's go to media. Streaming some editing. Yep. I only have until 10 o'clock tonight, so it's just going to be streaming editing of this particular video. And that's about it. Is this it? Is that the groups? No. What about this? Was this the groups? Nope. That's just the main stage. There was no announcement of the groups? Wow. Okay, so we have to go KESPA Cup 2025. Liquipedia, I think, is going to be... Yeah, that's exactly what we want. Bang. Gallery. Bang. We're going to make that afterglow the blue color of that button. There we go. All right. More in depth. Again, for the group stage, it is going to be you need to finish first in your group to be able to automatically go to the knockout stage of this tournament, or you finish second and you go into a best of three stage to, or you finish second in. Did I really fuck that up that bad? Your group to be able to automatically go to the knockout stage of this tournament, or you finish second and you go and qualify for tournament, or you finish second in your group and then you qualify for a best of three stage to qualify to become the fourth team out in the finals. Of note, this thing is being played online with finals being held in like an 800 person auditorium over in Korea, so it's not like it really makes all that big of a difference to those of us on the East Coast. We're watching it online anyways, but I'm curious to see what this ends up looking like because I've never watched a KESPA Cup live in any capacity. But Group A that will have Cloud9 in it will also have BNK, FearX, Gen G, Hanwha Life, and the Vietnamese Super Team. Now, the Vietnamese Super Team, the names didn't really stand out all that much to me. Looking at the other team, I hate how much I've been saying lately. I really need to cut it out. Like, don't say in between everything. Jesus Christ. Any word on it will be because not that I've heard. I have zero clue. Wish I knew. Super Team, the names didn't really stand out all that much to me. Looking at the other squads in this particular group, obviously Gen G and Hanwha Life are what they are. Do we know if anybody's playing their full roster yet? I am curious to see because obviously Disney Plus is like paying. I am curious to see though if like the media full roster yet. I am curious to see though if like the media rights and this not just being a thing on like Twitch and YouTube and available everywhere, if that affects who is actually going to be playing in this tournament, if it's taken a little bit more seriously than prior KESPA Cups were taken in some way, shape, or form. But nevertheless, this is a dangerous road for Cloud9. It is entirely best of ones in this entire group. So the order of teams that they will be playing is they are the lead-off match of this entire thing. All right, this is where I need the daily schedule, which you can only get from the fandom site, not the Liquipedia site. This is what we want here. Get these stupid advertisements out of the way. I get it. You know what? I'm just going to capture this whole thing. That way it's a little bit more vertical. We'll go match schedule. Boop. There we go. Okay. And then perfect. Perfect size. There we go. Against Gen G. That's their first matchup. Then they play against Hanwha Life, and then Vietnam, and then BNK FearX. So realistically, we will probably know, barring some upsets, within the first 4 hours of this tournament, whether C9 will be around to see a best of series or not, or whether they're just out in the best of ones. Assuming they do play against the full. Let's decrease that a little bit. Move it over. That way I'm not just like fully full roster. It's hard for me to sit here and tell you exactly how they're going to pull off the upset against Gen G or against Hanwha Life, because realistically, in terms of the lanes, while Thanatos, I think, is not obviously going to be as good as Keen, I could make the argument for Zeus because his form dropped off a little bit towards the end of last year. I mean, he's just going to be worse than the two of them on paper. Blabber against Canyon and Kanavi. I've seen that enough to know typically how that goes. APA against Chovy and Zeka. I'll be honest with you, Zeka kind of dropped the ball last year for me, and I don't, my contacts are drying out or what it is, but like legit, my eyes are watering right now with this light. I don't know if you can see it. Hold up. I don't know if you can see it. My eyes are bloodshot. I'm going to go put on glasses because it looks like I just, Jesus Christ. Bruh, that was bad. Oh, Jesus. You can still kind of see it. A little bit. That's bad. Oy. Alright, note to self. When your contacts dry out, never a good look. Never a good look. Looks like I'm high as shit. God damn. Alright. Okay, let me see. I don't have any inside information when it comes to KESPA Cup at all. Like none. Is KESPA Cup tonight? No, KESPA Cup is Friday. Come on up, Coco. Come on up. There we go. All right, let's get back to editing. I think there is potential for APA if he's in this new environment and he's reinvigorated. And again, it is best of ones. All it takes is one good game. There's a world where they could possibly beat Hamo Life. Now, topping Lucy and Delight. There's a world where they could possibly beat Hamo Life. Now, topping Gumi Yusi. Anyone home? Delight, you might be behind on stream. A little bit tougher. Same thing for Ruler and Doro. So, look, if I'm looking at this, if both teams are at full strength. Because I think, yeah, I'm looking at the audio level on OBS right now. It looks like it's fine. So, you might just be a little bit behind on the stream. Strength, obviously, I think Genji is going to be next to impossible to beat. It would be a massive upset if they do. Hamo Life is the one that I'm looking at saying, hey, if you can play through either mid or top, whichever lane is able to get an advantage that you have faith in, maybe you can pull it off. And bot lane just needs to hold on for dear life and let the other side win it for you. Like, that's the whole point of this Ven and Vulcan bot lane on C9 is like, you are the stable rock. You don't fall too far behind. You're probably not going to get too far ahead, but you allow the other lanes to win. And that's going to be C9 strategy. If they can do that, it could work out well. I have no clue meta-wise how this is going to look. They are assumedly on live patch right now for us, which means they're not on the new season, so we don't have to worry about quests or any of the changes, the massive things that will be happening for LoL Esports going into next year. For now, it's more or less a continuation of what we already knew. And I'm not sure how much Genji or Hamo Life will be practicing, which is where C9 actually does distinctly have like their one advantage in this particular group, because they're over there boot camping their asses off. I don't know what the Korean offseason looks like. I don't know if they're playing right now or if they're just, you know, messing around, having fun. T1 was just in Germany for Red Bull League of its own. So, like, if APA can become Blabbers Jensen, then I can see C9 doing well since APA. Yeah. I think Blabbers look decent. He's had some... KESPA Cup is not on now. KESPA Cup will be on Friday. Friday is the official start date for KESPA Cup. Is Friday the 6th? Sorry, Saturday. Well, Friday night ends a Saturday. Friday for West Coast NA. I can't imagine they're going to be taking this too seriously. Are you on Twitch too? Yep. Yep, both on Twitch and YouTube. 2 months off after this. Like, maybe this is the last time that you take it ultra serious. But look, we've seen weirder things happen in these one-off tournaments. That's all I'm saying. The format's not this hyper-competitive thing, so anything could happen. Look, let me cope, okay? Let me cope. I'm the North American fan. We have 2 NA teams here at this tournament. We just got to deal with that as it comes. I will say real quick, I don't know how Group B ended up how it did. This is the Fries group. I mean, you have the Freaks, D plus Kia, DRX, KT Rolster, and Bro. How did North America get screwed with the other 2 groups and somehow this is it? Now, we didn't get entirely screwed, but I'm just saying, like, that's barring KT and maybe D plus Kia. Like, that's a doable group for any North American team that would have ended up there. But we didn't. So where did TL end up? They ended in the 4-team group with Japan, Nanjing Red Force, T1, and obviously themselves. T1, you assume, is probably going to top that group. Yeah, Nanjing, I think this year's KESPA Cup is going to be different, though. Like, gut feeling says, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, but with it being on Disney Plus, they will probably want more full teams to play, would be my guess, because it's better for media rights. Now, will that actually happen? Who knows? But if I was, if I'm buying the media rights and you're telling me I'm getting all offhand players and you can't have some sort of guarantee to get some of the big names involved, I'd be a little beefed. Is the beatable one, all things considered. For this Team Liquid roster, for this Team Liquid squad, the official roster has now been announced. Every piece is... Let me... Jose Dioto, Lord Morgan himself, Quid, Yawn, and Core JJ. All I'm seeing, Yawn and Core and Quid play together yet. And that's a lethal combo that could possibly cause some upsets in this group if people are not paying attention. When you compare that to Nanjing's when you compare that to Scout, Taehoon, and Lehens, other than Scout, yeah, like I think that's fine. And Quid showed that he's able to keep up with people. So honestly, I'm pretty fine with how Team Liquid looks in this group and should be able to finish at least second. I'm not saying if T1's playing full strength that they're able to pull that one off, but yeah, I can see a world where this squad looks good. Morgan's on home soil. Core JJ back home, chilling. Like, this should be as relaxed of an environment, yet still competitive because they've been boot camping for a little bit longer than most, or you would assume longer than the Korean teams have been practicing together. Like, could happen. And I do want to give a shout out to Team Liquid Content. I know they're the first group that has really published their roster. And this is the other thing I wanted to add. Don Jake had a fantastic article with Team Liquid. I don't know if anybody else here has read it. If you haven't, you probably should. Here's so you don't get fined. Good, Con. Good. What was I looking for? What did I just say I was looking for? Oh, Team Liquid. Posted that. Where? There it is. Yep, that's the... Actually, the way they do their site is not very conducive to grabbing a screenshot. So here's what we'll do. We'll do this, and we're gonna drag that here. And then I want to give credit to the authors. So we're going to do that. And we're going to drag that on top. So we got those two simultaneous. Bang. Bang. That way we give credit where it's due for the written part. And then this will go, but a little bit lighter. There we go. And then dropper, we want that color. There we go. The only ones that that's really what I talked about it. But obviously the videos that they had with Jose Dioto and with Morgan were... fun fact, David Hahn has reached out. Were pretty good themselves, even if it was a little like, hey, sit in front of the camera, give us a message, say your thing. I know they're not in person, so obviously they'll be able to talk about this more, and hopefully, like, while all of these players are together and playing in Korea, we can get some real content and real interviews and like some conversations that feel a little bit more natural than that. But I will say, Don Jake did a write-up on Morgan where he had a conversation with Umpty, who was the former jungler for Team Liquid. And it was a really good write-up from Don Jake. The interview itself was pretty funny. They're talking basically just about going out and getting drunk together.
I think we
But
all
really
agree that
enjoyed
this
the
is
writing
Blabber's
style
final year
of
on
that
C9 if he
particular
doesn't
article. And I
perform.
hope more teams partner with writers to do exactly this. Like, I would like to see these kind of write-ups, especially for North American players getting their debut.
Especially if
at
there's
the
somebody on a
tournament
different
chin
team that
to
like
the league.
steps
Flaggers,
up
I think,
and
is an
could
org
fill
that would
in.
benefit greatly from a few of these articles. Like, it did a lot to build up hype for me. Now that like all the pieces have settled, like obviously the last video we talked about all the import stuff, like that's still an issue, by the way, because we just lost another North American player over to Europe in Toasty Alex. But nevertheless, I do enjoy these. I just wanted to throw that out there. For Team Liquid, because they only play 3 matches, their schedule is as follows. They do not play the first day. For Team Liquid, they actually play their one most important game. Well, most on the... Just wanted to throw that out there. For Team Liquid, they actually played their one most important game. Well, most important, but technically all of them are. The end of the first day, it'll be at 7 o'clock. I believe this is an EST on the fandom website, if I'm looking at that correctly. 7 a.m., Team Liquid, Nongjin. Like, that's the one they got to win. If they win that, then, hey, it might be smooth sailing from there. They don't play on
roster?
day 2 at all.
Yep.
And then day 3, they will play both their match against Japan as well as T1.
We
So
could
again,
just
we'll know
import
by
a
the end.
Oh, God. CEO, son. Let's... I want more chances to go to North American players than the immediate answer being to import. I know I'm going to be in the minority on that. I know there are going to be people that want the import rule gone and just let it be what it is. But, like, I don't need to see just the immediate jump to importing. The rest can be American. I don't think you get rid of Thanatos. I do understand, but Koreans are good at those 2 roles at least. Okay. I said this. I'll say this in my video tomorrow. For those that haven't seen it, I got a full thing on the import situation coming tomorrow. I get that Korean players are better than North American players, but I don't think that really matters, personally. Like, they're naturally going to be good. Yes, I agree. But I want to make sure that North American talent is personally prioritized. I want to make sure that we're not giving up our players over to Europe because we're not giving them enough chances in North America. Because we're losing North American players hand over fist as we continue to import other players across various different regions. No, we've lost Yukino, we've lost Busio, we've lost Jojo Pune, we've lost Toasty Alex. Like, I get these players don't want to come home now. I get that point. But we have to make sure the next generation after them does want to stay here and doesn't just want to go over to Europe as well. And if our answer the second we have a role open is immediately, hey, let's import right away, then what? The problem is, we have 0 pull right now for them to come back. Unless they all like really hate it, which clearly they don't. I don't know. We don't have the pull yet. We need to build up our league to the point where they want to come back. Is the way I would say it. We got to plan on them never coming back in order to get there. We can't rely on them coming back to save us. Should we reduce imports to only 1? I'm down. Either reduce it to 1 or just lift the import rule entirely at this point. End of the weekend, whether teams will keep going or not. We got to keep editing.
They'll play on Tuesday.
I only have so much
and
time.
We go from there. So, what can you expect from me in terms of coverage of this? Well, obviously, not to my knowledge, nobody's co-streaming. But I will be making sure that I have a video out on Monday when we're talking about everything when it's all said and done. I'm working from home, so I will be able to do that video and have it out for you all as you're waking up in the morning on Monday. So you have a full update on how the tournament went. I probably won't be able to include highlights, but I will be able to include post-game stats, and we could talk about the initial debuts of everything. Because a reminder, even though this tournament doesn't technically matter, if we play well, it means the world. Don't forget that. But I do have one other off-season update that I want to share for you all. It's something that I put out as a tweet that somehow... I do have one for the launch of the new... There we go.
But I do have one other off-season
What time are games even
update
at?
for you all, which-
Between 1 a.m. and 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We don't have the regional support like you pointed out, so our Division 2 isn't able to be enough. I mean, we have a full Tier 2 system right now. That's enough people that you could literally slot them up. They might not be as good. I'm not denying that it won't take time, but free video software you used before? Nope, I've always used Adobe, personally. It means the world. Hey, Marcus. Don't forget that. But I do have one other off-season update for you. Okay, there we go. But I do have one other off-season update for you all, which no is not about my team selection, but is about the teams and players themselves and something that might be happening for the launch of the new season, which if you don't know, it was happening for the launch of the new season, which if you don't know, it was announced that Duo Queue is coming back. So LCS pros can play with one another in solo queue, which is in theory potential, which should be a great change because this was something that helped develop in solo queue. There we go. I turned off the magnet. Fuck. There we go. There we go. Solo queue, which should be a great change because this was something that helped develop content early on in the days of the LCS. So I fired off a tweet, which now has somehow gotten me my own tweet from Sheep Esports. First time I've ever had the US denomination and like my name on. I'm not gonna lie, that was a thrill. Getting that tweet and seeing that, I was like, no shit. Really? Huh, son of a bitch. But I just fired off a tweet saying, hey, $50 a player. If you get all 40 players of the LCS, I know you won't get all of them because some of them will be in Korea, some of them will be elsewhere. You could replace them with NACL people, but just get 40 people total amongst the pros and like tier. Bang. Bang. Two. To put in $50, that's $2,000. Second place wins their money back. First place gets the rest of the pot. Everybody pair up, and you only play as a duo for an entire week, and you just see who can climb the highest. Captain Flowers has already said he wants to commentate this. Other people have chipped in terms of graphics. I'll put the one that was suggested here. I did get in touch with graphics. I'll put the one that was where's Vivian's thing? Hold up. Gotta pull up her thing. Da, da, da. Is Vivian verified? Yes, she is. There we go. That's perfect for this. Bang. There's that. We'll just leave it white. That was suggested here. I did get in touch with Riot specifically on this. We cannot use LCS branding at all since this is not a Riot sanctioned thing. So it will be called the North American Tag Team, or NATT. Sponsorship with Natty Light or Natty Ice would be incredible. Poverty region. Hold up. Let me. There's that. I'm telling you, Captain Flowers would love that. But I mean, this is just something that honestly I've been hoping people would do. Like, I've been spoiled with Call of Duty over the last few weeks to be able to watch the Kayshawn 50K, the kickoff tournament for $75,000. Even though these aren't the official majors and circuits, you've had things to tune into on the Call of Duty side. Now, for North American League of Legends, once the KESPA Cup here is done, there's technically nothing until LCS starts. But if players stream, which this would incentivize doing, it gives us something. And even $2,000, it sounds like nothing, but the reality is like, hey, that's still, you know, the winning team gets 1,900 split in two. That's what, 950 a piece. That's not a small chunk of change, bro. That's for them with how many times they Uber Eats. That's like a week of food. Okay, hopefully a month. I hope they're not that stupid, but Jesus.
But it's also great marketing and great branding for the players to get their streams out there, to get their personalities, because as they always say, it's not like they have time to do this during the season. But when the news there's that. Not like they have time to do this during the season. But when the League of Legends season itself, before the LCS kicks off, is there, yeah, why would you not do this or take advantage of this? And so far, Team Liquid, Cloud9, FlyQuest, kinda, like they confirmed that Griffin, who's not their jungler, they would cover for this. They didn't say anything about anybody else, which is interesting. I will say that Dignitas messaged me privately. They'd be down to Rebellion. About anybody else, which is interesting. I will say that Dignitas messaged me privately. They'd be down. Disguised is down. Shopify Rebellion are down. So it sounds like teams are in on this, and we are somehow making what was just a, hey, let's make this happen type thing tweet into a very real.
That hasn't been revealed on Twitter. And I'd appreciate that staying between us until this video comes out. But just an interesting note that yes, the only teams that we officially have not heard back from are just Sentinels, I believe. No? Is there anybody else I'm missing? We got TL, C9, somewhat FlyQuest. They haven't commented on the full roster, but TL, C9, FlyQuest, Shopify Rebellion, Lion also haven't responded. DSG, Dig, and then Sen and Lion are the two that didn't respond. When is KESPA Cup? Friday. Kicks off Friday night specifically, so like Saturday morning.
Real thing all of a sudden. I don't have any updates. I'm recording this on Tuesday as of 6/26, so there could be additional updates from here. I'll keep everybody posted on Twitter if you want to follow this. That's the best place to do so. YouTube videos, I typically pre-record a few days beforehand unless we're dealing with live events themselves. So this isn't going to be the best spot for me to give you these updates. But if it does happen, yes, I will be covering it that entire week. And we can show player highlights. We can talk about some of the stats, who's playing well, who's not. Like if we can just do full sports center coverage on YouTube videos and then shorts every day. Obviously, I can update you guys with the leaderboards and how things are going, which is just fun. Like this would be so fun for North American content where everybody could just tune in and you have a bunch of North American players streaming League of Legends. Like think about how we have not had that in such a long time. So I really hope it happens. I really hope this goes from just being, hey, yeah, let's do this on Twitter to actually materializing. But just know I'm working my ass off to try and make sure that it does. So I'll keep you posted. That's everything you need to know for both the KESPA Cup and the NATT, which I'm working on hopefully making a thing. But hey, it's a good time to be a North American fan. We got a lot of stuff going on, okay? It's a lot of fun. This honestly feels like more excitement for both the offseason and for League of Legends in general that we've seen in quite a while. So, I don't know. Let's ride this momentum. And hey, maybe we can ride it into a playoff berth at the KESPA Cup. We'll find that out as I talk to you again on Monday. See you around.
okay, that ended up being 14 minutes. I thought that, I'm not gonna lie to you, whenever I thought I was filming, or whenever I started filming this video, I could have swore it was gonna be like 6 minutes, and I would not have enough to say at all, and I was legitimately worried about it. And then I went on to talk for what, 20 minutes, cut down to 14, give or take. It's 14. Let me make sure the volume on this is good. Let me get Talia Sessions over here. This we want negative 54. Typically the level I go at. Send that over there. So just make sure this sounds good. Things to tune into on the Call of Duty side. Now for North American League of Legends, once the KESPA Cup here is done, it doesn't actually begin until the end of January next year. So after this tournament, we basically have a month and a half off, which I will touch on later in this video because I've got a really cool update for everybody. I apologize if there's that's good. And now we do this. How our top laner is supposed to do. I mean,
what you can do, I mean, just looking at I mean, just going down the list, you have TL, C9, Fly, Lion, Sen, Dig, Shopfire Rebellion. Who am I forgetting? Why am I blanking? Who am I forgetting on this list? Why? Bro, it's got to be some DSG. Thank you. Okay. And then you got top, jungle, mid, bot, support. So, I mean, you figure most of these are going to partner up. You figure most of them are going to have to. So that's one. We'll just say those. It's going to be on, like, assuming everybody does it, which obviously not everybody will be able to because some people will be over in Korea, some won't. You're going to need some junglers to pair with mid laners and some to go with top laners because this is still an even amount here. So say you do this and then that. There's going to be some cross mixes between teams. Go. That into that into we'll go that into that. Or we could do 4 more pros. So the reason, personally, this is just my opinion, and others could correct me if I'm wrong here. But the reason why I want it to be purely LCS, or at least as much of just the LCS as humanly possible, is because they're all in theory on the same schedule. Because if you bring in NACL players are like the lone exception, but even then they don't have a winner split. But if you start bringing in like streamers and other people that, you know, are playing like this, granted, the only games that should count, and one of the things that I mentioned in like the Google question forum that I had here is, one, you need to, and Riot could help set this up if they wanted to, but I'm sure players have multiple accounts anyways. When the new season starts, it's only duo queue on this account. Like, you got to preserve some sort of you got to preserve some sort of protection on it, at least a little bit. So whatever account they're using, only duo queue. That way we can accurately track that account. And what you don't have then is you don't have, like, say this combination. NACL doesn't have, no, they do not. No, they do not. I'm sorry to be the one to have to break that news to you. But what you don't want to have is you don't want to have like Yawn grinding the shit out of the game on his own without like Core JJ. Like, the whole point of this is to have like duos together and make fun content to stream and promote the fact that you can duo together. Now, obviously, there will be times whenever certain players can, and you play solo queue, and then you play like, you know, play solo queue on separate account, because not all the players are gonna, like,
I mean, there could be some pros. Some pros might take this like super seriously and make sure that they are duo queuing the entire time and just riding the wave up. Or if they don't, then like they're solo queuing and they're filling in the gaps, because you will need to have individual players solo queue, but everybody's going to be playing around this time anyway, so it's fine. And like if you're a streamer, like even better. Like even if you're not a part of this because you're not playing for the money, imagine being the streamer that says that, hey, I beat the Team Liquid bot lane. Or I beat, DSG's mid jungle. Like that's good content. That's good. Like that's fantastic. And you need to be promoting the shit out of that. And the best part about this is like everybody's streaming. Because everybody's streaming, there's a ton of clips, a ton of highlights. Editors can do their thing. Extra rule can't join voice chat with other duo. I mean, I wouldn't worry about that restriction on it. I don't think there's any point. If people are match fixing, like they'll get suspended. Like Drew Levin will be on their ass so quick. If you're streaming everything, which you should be, if you're a pro player and you're seeing this, even though it's only $2,000, if you are not streaming every goddamn minute of this, you're crazy. But I mean, on the same team? I mean, if they're on the same team, I think it's fine. Hell, like, your incentive is to win here at the end of the day. So, like, the only goal should realistically be, like, hey, I mean, you can even try and bring in, like, say it's a team with, do the old Tyler 1 thing. Tyler 1 would hop in the solo queue and spam Discord links to people. So, like, if you're a duo together, tell everybody, hey, like, ping the Discord in the chat. Be like, hey, come on in. We're voice comm. Think about how much better content that makes, too. Like, that's the levels to this shit that just keep building and building. And it'd be so much fun to watch. It'd be so much fun to watch. And the big thing here is, again, we know not every player is going to be here. Like, I highly doubt Morgan is coming over that early. I'd be surprised if he did. So, it would incentivize Riot to actually bring comms to the game. Could. It could. That's the beauty of this. That's why, I want to see this go through. I want to see this happen so badly. I saw some people on the post up, or whenever I tweeted it out, and Sheep notably tweeted out, I was like, content creator David Shylock's trying to do this thing that, yes, I know is not an original idea. I'm very well aware of the fact that race to whatevers have been done for decades now. And people are like, oh, it's claiming to be the next saving grace. It's not the next saving grace. It's just something. It's something in a world where we've had nothing. Pros haven't streamed in years past. They just don't do it. Like, this type of stuff has not existed. Like, it's a simple idea, sure, but think about how much I've been pushing for this just to get half the teams to publicly buy in on it, which builds some hype. Right? We'll probably no, and they shouldn't bring back the super server or the fucking Champions Queue thing, because that thing failed. It failed the shit. This, I think, is a viable option, because now you're incentivizing everybody to get on the game and play solo queue, which in theory reduces queue times because everybody's playing solo queue rather than these in-houses where you're waiting and it's the same teams over and over again. Like, here you get challenger players, you get beyond. Like, this is what you want solo queue to be. Are there still going to be problems with it? Yes. Obviously, there will be people that imp, but you know what the best part about this is? If everybody's streaming, if you think that Drew Levin's not going to be watching, you're fucking crazy. Drew Levin comes on once and all of a sudden, bang, see somebody inning, banned, immediately, gone, bye-bye. Like, that's the type of shit that, really help, streaming everything holds everybody accountable. And then it's very easy to have the clip, you post it to Twitter, and that's it. Person's gone. IP banned. We now have Riot holding people accountable. So, this will work. It absolutely will work.
So I just want to see, like, I want to see the effort go into this. Players like streaming growth. Exactly. Like, it is free branding. Did Coco fucking... What is... Did she pee on my short? What the fuck is that? Why the fuck is that wet? What the fuck? It's not pee, but she like licked her. It's like it's not pee, but I don't know what the fuck that is. Like literally, I was holding her, like she was sitting between my legs, and I don't know if you can see. Not doxing myself too bad. There's like a wet spot right there, but it's not. It's not pee. I don't know what the fuck that is. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, that's odd. Really, really odd. But whatever. The fuck? I just washed these. Jesus Christ. No, it's not peeing. What is that? I want to make sure she's good, first and foremost. I don't know what the fuck. Wait, where's the mark? I don't know what that is. I don't know. That's a question and a half. You okay? Seem to be okay. I don't know. I do not know. Anyways, how about adding challenger tier with content creators and pros not on a team? I want this to be just about promoting LCS players. And like the pros. I want this to be the pros going up against each other. If somebody wants to bring in a content creator, maybe. But again, the biggest thing is I think the rule should be no matter what, you have to have a pro on your team. You can call it a pro-am if you want. Fine. Like if people want to do that, the more the merrier. But like you have to have a pro on your team. Well, VODs at KESPA on... I have zero clue. I've asked around. I couldn't get an answer. I don't know. I have zero clue at all. All right, but we got to get this Photoshop up and going. Photos. Is that... You see a TikTok where a couple of guys hit a golf ball out of their hotel room? I did. It was quite funny. All right, let's do... Need to get rid of all these. There's that. Pro-am is cool. I mean, that also works. The biggest thing is I really want this to be like the pros like hyping up and kind of semi-marketing themselves for the LCS season. We'll worry about everybody else as it comes, but for right now, like that's the primary concern of like people that I want to get involved. Like people that I want to be, there. Because that's the entire intent behind all this. All right, let's get some music going. We got to do the thumbnail here. Hiding in the corner recording? Oh, fucking hilarious. Alright, there's those. Just try and have that be my hair. Exclude that. Of course it goes into the side of my face, because why wouldn't it? Okay, there's all that. Let's want that. We want the side of my beard in. We don't want that just chopped off. Layer, outer line. We'll keep that blue for now. We'll edit here in a minute. Let's get the top of my hair. Jesus. So let's get rid of that. There we go. All right, we're going to put me off to the side on this one. Bro, that makes my torso look so goddamn long. Holy shit. No, I'm not doing that. There we go. That's better. Coverage are you planning on doing for the tag team? I mean, mine's simple. Mine is literally TikTok every morning, updating on the leaderboard. And whenever I can stream at night, since I'm not going to be playing, just like tuning in occasionally. And mostly just doing the YouTube videos, I think will be the fun one, where I could just take a stop. Like, if it starts on Wednesday, have a Friday, a Monday, and the following Wednesday video, and just update people on where they're at. See which combos have climbed the most versus the ones that have fallen the most. Kind of like a Sports Center update style thing, and go from there. But I think that's going to be my contribution. The streaming side, like, what am I going to stream? Like, me streaming technically takes away from the content that they're doing. If anything, where I add the most value to this is TikTok and YouTube, where I can provide updates and like get people, like funnel people towards their streams. Like, that's my goal in terms of coverage. And then obviously like funnels that into the LCS and beyond. Brother, I don't know how you keep being so hopeful for players to market themselves and do streaming even after they have failed at basic tasks. Hey, because you got to keep going. Second you give up, this whole ecosystem collapses. And I'm not willing to do that. What's our unveil? God, dude, I want to see John Summon so goddamn bad. So bad. Okay, I needed KESPA Cup. I know how to ski. It's not the skiing part, it's the money part. I'm gonna be honest, IDK if our Shopify boys will stream it. I mean, I hate to say it, but that's dumb on their part. Like, the whole point of this is that you fucking stream it. Like, that's the bare minimum that you need to be doing in the space right now, is streaming it. Like, in my opinion, the worst case scenario, and if this happens, I will very much make a fucking video on it. If the team that wins ends up being a duo that never once shares any of their perspectives the entire goddamn time, it doesn't even stream like a few matches, like, that's worst case scenario. Because then it's like, bro, you're missing the point. You're missing the entire fucking point of this entire thing. Let's see if I can stream. I mean, it's great. If other people can stream them too, that's awesome. But, like, these players need to get a fucking grip and know that they should be streaming their games. Like, it ain't that hard. It's really not. Okay, I need to do this thumbnail before Emily gets home. If I recall correctly, when I talked about the KESPA Cup last, the thumbnail that I used, missing the point, missing the funds. Bro, they all have PCs. They all have PCs. League does not take a lot to load up. The funds, the orgs have already said they'll cover the funds, like the $50 entry fee. Just streaming, they already have a PC for that. Like, it's literally, hey, load up OBS. You know, make sure your monitor is displayed on what, like, watch. Ooh, hang on. Let's create a new scene here. Let's make sure you guys can see. Okay, let's go. New scene. Bang. Oh, look, we can't see anything right now. So what are we going to add? We're going to add the window capture. And how do we do... Oh, we're going to actually... No, we'll do display. We'll make it even easier. Where's display capture? There it is. Display capture. Let's go. I already have it exist, but you could just add a new one and then add your monitor. And bam, look at that. You're able to stream League of Legends. Whoa. So hard. No, I know your point. Murasaka, I completely understand. But I'm just saying, like, that's how simple this shit is. And voila. If you want to add a face cam, whoa. Most of them have cameras at this point. We go, ooh, wait, where's my camera? Where's my, oh, video capture camera. I already have mine added, but you just hit a new one, it'll automatically find it. Ooh, look at that. My face is all over the place. It's a little too big. That's fine. Drop this down. Put it in the bottom left-hand corner because we're going to be streaming. Bang. Look at that. And we can play League of Legends. Let's load up in the game and let's play. You don't got to do anything else. Nothing else. What do I use for combined chat? Restream.io. That's a setting... where's my low? Let me delete this scene. Remove. Restream chat. Yeah, it's the thing from Restream. That's that. Like, streaming is on, like, the hardest part with streaming is just like finding shit to do. And this whole tournament, the design of it is giving them something to do. Which is just play the game for money with another person that you could talk with the entire time. You multi-stream using it? I do. Which I know can be a touchy subject, but I do. Okay, KESPA Cup, I did the logos there. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this logo here, but I'm just gonna have these. That there, we're gonna bang. There we go. Increase that even further. There's that. Best candidates to be the face of the LCS or so. Okay. I mean, look, it doesn't take much to learn, though, is the thing. Like, you can learn. It's not hard. I know they might not have time. But, like, if you want to save your career and save your paycheck, you should. And eventually they'll figure it out. Hopefully not before it's too late, but... Alright, so there's that. I want to put my... Or do I want to... How do I want to do this? Do you like that? Yeah, I love having people in the gym when I work out. I hate working out solo. Pisses me off. Wait, what is this YouTube channel? I've never seen this before. Hold up. I've never seen it. I'm saving that to watch later. Let's see what that's about. Okay. Actually, you know what? I should have the groups. I think that's actually going to be a smarter thing to have here. Is the various different groups, which I have saved in my gallery. I'll shut that to the middle. There we go. Okay, we'll do half KESPA Cup because the video is half KESPA Cup. It's half NATT. So let's do that. And then let's get a tweet. Let's get Jack's tweet. I feel like Jack's tweet will be the better one. Australian Disney Plus. My understanding is that it is worldwide Disney Plus. So everybody around the world will have access to it. Should be mega targeting JoJo. I mean, should. Will they? I don't know. I am in Jersey City, so it is slightly different. But, okay. Let's find the right tweet. Actually, why don't I do this? When we do that, we're going to put that there. Put that behind me. Layer, drop shadow. We'll let that be blue. We'll change my drop shadow to black. And then we'll grab something from Flickr. Let's do League of Legends ranked climb. I want it to be a more like general game in the background, but it's obviously going to be dark and see how big this image is. There we go. You know what? I think that's fine. And then we maybe not. Also, I need to erase that a little bit. Nah, that doesn't look great. Under sheet post? Yeah, I saw it. Look, for now, it's completely out of my hands. It's on the teams and what they want to do. They got to let me know if we're gonna, like, in what capacity, like, because they could handle this all in-house and then I'm, like, cut out of it. And that's entirely their right. Yeah, let's do that. Coco, relax. Hey! Zip it! Hey, Luna! Luna! Back away from the... Move! Move. Go. Get away from the door. Go. Go. Jesus Christ. What's your problem? Hmm? do that. Let's drag Jack's thing up there. And then we need to both drop the brightness on this. So we need this like dark in the back. And then filter, add a blur to it. That way Jack's tweet like really stands out. Oh shit, I'm doing that. There we go. This is the only one that needs. There we go. There's that. We're gonna create a clipping mask that's there, and then we're gonna filter. Filter, blur, add a Gaussian blur. That way Jack's tweet like really stands out. And then we'll also add Team Liquid's. Let's add Team Liquid's tweet in there. Oh, Jesus, that's kidding. And then Team Liquids. And that we add a, oh, shit, nope. We also add a drop shadow, but we make that Team Liquid blue. There we go. I promise you I will look at the, I will answer the accounting question here in a minute. I just got to get the text on this next. KESPA Cup groups and NA tag team. There we go. Actually, what font is KESPA Cup? Like what color? Isn't it like purple? It's like that color blue. No, we need a brighter. We need like that, but I want it to be a little bit more orange. Not like bright yellow. There we go. And I'm gonna make that white. EFF 3F5. Can you do the LCS purple? Since it applies to both. I mean, I could change text to like. If I make it purple, the only thing is like, how's it gonna look with the background? And the thing that I worry about that is like, oh. Let's do this. If I change it to purple like that, it becomes a little less legible. I mean, even if I make it, the thing is like, that's not bad, but it doesn't stand out. Because you have like a dark blue background here, like it's dark blue and then you got white. Like it stands out on the white, but it doesn't stand out on that side. Versus the other color. I can do this. And then the other thing I can do is I can also add a gradient. So then it goes like that, but then I put the gradient for everything below. So then that really pops out. No, I appreciate the thought, Righteous. I do. And I think that's going to be the way. I don't know how I feel about this and being that color. Maybe I go, instead we go like that, but like a little less. And then what we do is we add a gradient filter onto this. Nah, the vertical bar doesn't do as much for me. Like, it looks weird on these. Like, I want it to be like text, like you're reading a sentence, whereas the bar, it breaks a sentence and visibly, like, it disrupts how you read something, if that makes sense. That's too much. We just do that. And then that's got like a touch of white at the bottom. I think that's good. All right. KESPA Cup groups. All right. So I think that's fine. Thumbnail's good. We're ready. KESPA Cup groups and NA tag team. I'll save that just in case. This I'll export whenever I'm off stream. That way I don't crash the stream. Because like whenever it hits like that 99% and then drops down to 0, like the stream will inevitably cut out. So Emily, I know, is on her way home. When did she say she's on her way home? She said that as of 8:55. Which means she's probably gonna be home in like 10-15 minutes ish. So I think for, I don't know, next 12-13 minutes, we can just chat and maybe watch a video together. Question, do I have any Optic Gaming fans in the chat? Because I have a video that we can watch that I watched earlier that I can kind of like MC over it. Legendary LCS sponsored. I mean, I wish. Let's minimize this. I'm just trying to think, is there anything that we want to react to? Watch during Black Ops 2? Alright. Let's test trivia, because like this is a, you know what, I'm just gonna do it anyways, because I think this is hold on, let me get this music out of here. I want to test everybody's trivia on this, see how well you can do, because I found this video to be awesome, and it's something that I would love to see a league team do regarding the history of their league. Or the history of their team, and then just the game that they're in with like the league players and beyond.
I always know when
Optic Gaming trivia, baby. Yeah. One of the best content pieces each and every time that I ever watch it. Optic trivia is goated. Did you already react to COD League not giving stipends anymore? Yeah, I reacted to that a bit ago. There's really not much else to say on it. Apparently teams asked for it to a certain extent, so they wanted their fair share. Into the LCS game show between casters and players. That went away with the, I'm assuming, the Bud Light sponsorship going away. One thing you'll learn about League of Legends is that people don't do content without sponsors. Which is funny because you need to do the content to get sponsors, but that's a whole other different thing. Anyways, I will pause to see if you guys can get some of these answers and get this trivia, but I found this to be fascinating.
That's the only one I know.
is correct.
Yes!
15 seconds.
I'd like to cancel my. I mean, you know,
15 seconds.
I canceled my budget.
Welcome to Optic Jeopardy. You guys have all seen Jeopardy before. Now we're doing it with Optic members. Today
Monty's saying just having a good performance at Worlds will save NA. No, that's bullshit. I've said that a billion times. It's bullshit. Like, oh, FlyQuest had a great run, and like his argument that he made in that video is like, look at the excitement that it drove for the LCS this year. Did it? Did it? Now, granted, we had other factors like the LTA rebrand, obviously, which sucked. But I don't think it had a meaningful impact. Like that meaningful of one. But that's just me.
4 contestants. We've got Scump.
We're here.
Methods.
Hello. Hi.
Shopsy and Maniac.
Go.
Let's get right into it.
Shotzi the GOAT.
Category number 1.
Sorry, Judge.
Call of Duty.
You guys are going to fail at Call of Duty.
Category 2. Optic Gaming. Category 3. Optic Members.
Ooh, I like
Who's
this.
got the dirt?
Category 4. Animals.
Animals.
And category 5.
Halo.
History.
History. I'm not
Okay, so there's 2 categories where you're fucked with.
Yeah, GG.
Animals, I'm on.
I think chat will do well with history and with animals, but I don't think you guys are going to get Optic Members, nor Call of Duty. I think you guys will struggle with that. That's my guess.
Point.
Animals, you're gonna be good.
History, I
Animals
think I
on
might
me.
be on point.
History? Yeah. History and fuck.
Optic members and animals.
Optic, it's in the
Oh, that's how it
contract. I
usually
get to
goes,
go
yeah.
first. Davis, give me animals for 1,000, please.
Animals for
Yeah.
1,000. Which animal has fingerprints so similar to humans that they can confuse crime scenes?
You guys got 15 seconds. Put your answers in chat. 15 seconds. Which animals has fingerprints so similar to humans that they can confuse crime scenes? If you don't put an answer in 15 seconds, I'm going to assume that you don't know. And that's fine. It's Jeopardy. You can abstain from answering. Monkey, raccoons, chimps, dogs. We're all over the place.
Oh, I think I know.
Maniac.
What? I spammed it.
Chimps.
I was spamming.
It's chimps.
That is incorrect.
What'd you say? Chimps?
Chimps.
Wrong. Minus 1,000.
Well, shit, that was my guess. Let's
Matthew,
go,
keep track of your points. They're minus 1,000.
Okay. Let's go gorillas.
Gorillas.
Gorillas on crime scenes.
Incorrect.
Okay.
Righteous,
Different
also
kind of
wrong.
monkey.
You put monkeys.
Zin.
What is the koala?
That is
Definitely not a koala.
correct.
Yo. Wait, a koala?
Nah, there's something with two.
Wait, we get minuses?
Yeah.
I swear,
Yeah. If you
Oh!
I swear on my life.
Someone's mouthing something.
I
Back there.
swear on my grand.
Now, I knew the koalas transmitted the most STDs. That I knew. I didn't know that.
Father,
Why would you choose a
that was a,
koala?
Why
that was
would
a
you-
random guess. But
I didn't know we
swear
got
every-
I had no
minuses.
clue.
Yo, koalas will fuck you
Yeah,
up
that
too.
is insane.
Wait, so they could. Wait,
I
so-
thought there was 0 chance that was
So wait,
real.
they have like similar fingerprints?
I guess so, but koalas, they look
That's
cute and
wild.
shit, but
Imagine
they're-
a koala near a
when they get
crime scene
mad,
just
they're lethal.
fucking everything.
Let's go. COD for 1,000.
Cod for 1,000. Here we go.
1,000. Which Call of Duty was the first game where you could look down and see your feet?
Chat, 15 seconds. Which Call of Duty was the first game you could look down and see your feet? Which it sounds like the dumbest thing in the world, but I promise you, when it dropped, it was like one of the most historic moments that everybody was freaking the fuck out about. I remember exactly where I was when this news got dropped. Second, you're going to need to be way more specific. If you want to say Call of Duty 2, fine, you can say Call of Duty 2, but like second could be the second Black Ops, the second Modern Warfare, the second Modern Warfare Remastered, the second Modern Warfare when it was revamped. Matthew says it's an MW. CEO Son says 2. Okay.
I don't know this shit.
Yeah.
Methods.
Lose that 1,000.
Yeah, what is Call of Duty 2?
Call of Duty 2.
There it goes. There
Wrong,
goes.
minus 1,000.
Who wants to go next? Who wants to guess another one?
Bring that shit.
Yeah, listen, it's probably wrong. but
Shotzi.
I'm gonna say Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1.
Nope.
That is incorrect.
Nope.
Can I pass, sir?
Yeah.
No.
If
what do we
nobody
do?
knows, nobody knows.
Nick.
You can pass.
I'm not gonna know this.
All right.
Nick, are you
so we're
feeling
passing.
The
We're
the
back.
thing though that I will say about the LCS teams versus doing this is obviously these guys are very good on camera. Some LCS players and pros are not as good on camera, but it's still worth doing. It is absolutely still worth doing.
Okay, we're passing. My guess would be probably COD 4 would be my guess.
Nope.
Black Ops 3
Good thing I
was the
didn't
correct
go. Wait,
answer.
Black Ops 3?
Black Ops 3?
Yup.
Way earlier.
That is a detail that I do
The
not.
thing with Black Ops 3 that people were so amazed by, you could see your feet and you could swim. Those were the two things that came to that game that everybody freaked the fuck out on. How they get better, or were they always good on camera? I mean, these optic guys, bro, if we want to, like, hold up. Were they always good on camera? No. No, they were not. I mean, this was their old school
We were planning
streams.
our anniversary trip.
And it would just be the
Someone
two of
tried to
them,
open alone,
like the whole
in
team
a
just
state
in a
I'm
room
in.
dicking around. Like, this used to be their streams back in 2013. I wouldn't say that's great on camera, but like, you just got, like, you have to turn your brain off and just like go with it. Like, that's awkward as shit if you actually think about it, but it's freaking hilarious at the same time. Look at how young Nate Shot looks. Scump age, but like you can see like you can still tell. Doesn't he? I was gonna say, doesn't he do the worm? Yep. Because they'll see their coworkers the next day. Bro, I see my coworkers every day. I get some shit for being a league player, but you know what? You deal with it.
Picks the next category.
I think because you picked that one, right? Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Optic.
You just gotta be willing. Like, you gotta be willing to put your fucking pride aside and just do it. Just do it. Balls to the wall. Fucking do it. Hey, and Gems we trust. Thank you for the follow.
Members for 600. Okay, here we go.
Optic members
here we go.
for 600. Maniac and Daltouche went to rehab for which two drugs?
CEO Son, thank you for the follow. Anybody know that one? I'll reread the question. Which Optic Maniac and Daltouche went to rehab for abusing which two drugs? It's a wild question to ask in a org-sponsored video, by the way. And this is the difference between LC. Like, FlyQuest would never put a question about Wivo in here. Meanwhile, they're asking people about their fucking rehabs in here. Like, that's the difference right there. Any guesses? I will give you the half point for Adderall. Sure. You got to give me one. You got to give me the name of another drug. You got to give me the name of something else. You got Adderall as one. Everybody, I'm glad we're all on the same page and knowing the first one. That's good. Let's see. I want one more guess in the chat and then I'll play it because they say this answer right away. No? Nobody else want to place a guess? All right.
Here we go. Optic members for 600. Maniac and Daltouche went to rehab for which two drugs?
I did it.
Methods.
What?
Why are we also?
Why am I not
We're all like
given
this. Yo, we're assholes. Wait.
Which two drugs?
Okay, the answer is Adderall and cocaine. Let's do history for 400, please.
History
okay, here we
for
go.
400.
This is my wheelhouse.
Imagine the heart attack. Imagine the heart attack that LCS teams would have if they mentioned the word cocaine in any of their videos. Imagine. Now, granted, there's very specific context for that question still, but just I can see Riot's wheels spinning in their head. I mean, he used to be like one of the most popular videos on the Optic channel now is like his journey to sobriety. I think it's actually it's got to be up there with most viewed videos of all time on that channel. Videos. I mean, some of the older shits, yeah. I mean, some of the older stuff's really gonna pop off. The gun sound trivia. Yeah, there it is. Him rejoining after being 90 days sober. And it's like full behind the scenes of like him like dumping out shit into the toilet and like really moving on after coming back from rehab. Like, yeah. Now, it was a great, like, I cannot recommend this video enough. for an org to publish this is fucking nuts. I will Diddy Nate's a little bit different, but like I mean this is owning up and like just you got to see that video. If you get a chance, go watch it. All right, next question. What year did World War II end? History time, baby. Cuppy Cakes, thank you for the follow. All right, let's test your history. Who failed in school? Look, I'm more years removed from school. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I'm 31. It was 13 years ago that I was last in school. So, well, history in some way, shape, or form. So, technically, no excuse for me knowing this, but I don't exactly know it. Oh, mom's home. What up? What up?
Hey man, you can play for a little while if you want.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm gonna get off soon because I know we gotta do our Christmas tree. Yes. That's fine. Okay, I still gotta get my shower. So, 1945 is the answer coming from
Did
shower.
World War II end?
Never mind.
I'm just not gonna know that. Like, I'm just not.
Oh.
Nick.
1942.
Incorrect.
I think it was I think it was like more recent. I think it was like in the 80s.
1944.
Oh shit.
Pause.
No, it's 45.
Pause.
Fuck.
Pause. Did anybody hear that? Did anybody hear that? He is the best current Call of Duty player, might I remind you. He is the best Call of Duty player in the game right now, and he said World War II is over in the 80s. Oh, no. The worst part is League players are generally intelligent. So I don't feel like League players would fuck this up as bad.
Wow.
I pressed the wrong.
No one would have guessed that.
I think that came up on screen before I answered, and
Nope.
Wait. So that's correct, is it?
1,000.
What was it? You're minus
It was
1,000.
45. Let's go. 6-7. Let's go Optic Gaming for
Movie
800.
if you don't like it. True. Oh, Optic Gaming history for 800. This is an interesting one.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, what am I
Wasn't
gonna
Seth at neg 1,000 with me?
Shut up.
Shouldn't he be lower? Shouldn't he be neg 400 with
Yes,
me?
he
Yes, he should be. Yes, he should
Wow,
be.
that's real hoppy. I would never.
Seth wasn't gonna say a damn word.
You want me to strike him, Your Highness? Yes, please. Optic Gaming for 800, please,
One more
Davis.
Optic Gaming for 800. What 4 Optic members were in the unboxing video when the Optic Allen was
Nobody's going to know this. Like, none of y'all are diehard Optic fans like that. So I'll just skip through it.
How do you guys not know this? You guys don't know
Bro,
this?
what? I would. You know how many?
Pitch and Pomage?
No,
Was
Was I even in it?
It is a.
I'm gonna pass.
It is a strategic.
It was Hex.
It was Hex,
Maniac
yeah,
Box
Hex.
on the
No,
roof.
it said hit.
For 1,000. What are 2 sets of Optic members who have the same?
Nobody's going to know that. I'll skip ahead. Let's get to the history questions. The history questions were fun.
Holly and some.
But there are two
In.
Yep.
I feel like
interesting trivia. There are two groups of people, or two sets of people in Optic that have the same birthday, which is always like wildly interesting.
Okay, well, let's go history for 1,000.
Here we go. History. Back on history.
History for 1,000. In medieval Europe, what was the Black Death more commonly known as today?
What was the Black Death known as in history? What is it called, chat? Come on. Come on, prove to me. Okay, need to be more specific. The plague, yes. What plague? There we go. See, we're intelligent here. Okay. I might be dumb in game, but one thing we are not fucking up our history that bad. I'm proud that we all knew bubonic plague on that.
Zin.
Good job.
What is the flu?
That is incorrect.
The plague.
What
The
plague?
bubonic plague.
The bubonic plague is
how do you
That was good.
The flu.
Gotta give it
Because
to
I
you.
actually
The
fucking
flu.
listened in
Jesus
school.
Christ.
dude? Did you guys do that?
No,
The
but
bubon- you know the witch doctor? That's where that shit came from.
Hell no.
or not the witch doctor, the plague. The
I
plague
knew
doctor.
it was
the plague. I just thought it'd be like. Never mind.
I was about to say
You know those
Black
masks with the big old beaks on them? Pick the
Yeah,
cat.
yeah.
Scum knows.
all right.
Look,
go
Scum
history 800,
claims to be
feel
stupid, but
History 800. Who was the first person to step on the moon?
I'm not gonna know.
first person on the moon. Come on, chat. Make me proud. Make me proud. Come on. Come on, we got this. Yes. Yes. Fuck. We were doing so well. We were 1 for 1. And then unfortunately the wheels fell off real quick. Lance Armstrong is the bicyclist. The doper, the one that lost his nut. That's Lance Armstrong. Neil Armstrong is the one that went to the
Neil
moon.
Armstrong.
I thought it was a dog.
That is
This shit, yeah, this world is rigged.
Are they bros?
correct.
That I actually don't know.
History,
You didn't even fucking
history
step on the
600.
moon.
History 600.
It's all conspiracy. You didn't even make it there.
Keep it rolling.
the Great Wall of China was primarily
Ooh,
built
this
to protect against invasions from what group?
Alright, if you watch the movie Mulan, you should know this. Let's get down to business to defeat the actual answer is the Mongols, but yes, the Mongolians. The Han.
Seth.
Mongolia. The Huns. Mongolia or the Huns?
Is that
No.
Is that yes?
Yep.
That is.
He said Mongolia.
That is correct.
Thank you. Let's go history again for 200.
Damn, look at us.
please.
Where's your fucking Tylenol?
Who was the first president of the United States?
If any of you get this wrong, I swear to God. I swear to God. Even the Europeans should know this. Alright? Even the Europeans in chat, there's zero excuse. If you haven't watched Hamilton, go watch Hamilton. Okay. There is like I'm gonna exclude the meme answer. There we go. Okay, thank God.
I got that one. I got the only one I know.
Washington.
George Washington is correct.
Man said that's the only one I know.
Oh God.
Nick.
Let's do
Animals.
Optic Gaming 1000.
Ooh, Optic
Optic
Gaming
Gaming
1000.
for 1,000. What was the shape of the 2014 X Games trophy?
Ooh, okay, this might be interesting. Does anybody, because this is beyond COD, this is also X Games in general. What was the shape of the 2014 X Games trophy? An X? Nope. 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 I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. X Games that year was in Texas. I think it was in Austin. I think it was it Austin? It was somewhere in Texas. Think about what you could give somebody as like in the shape of a medal. Star, gun, no, but you got the right idea. Keep going. What other things are big in Texas? Close. Cowboy boot, close. Hat, also close. Go right in between. What's up?
Dicks.
Not dicks. Buckle. Bang.
Belt buckle.
It was a belt buckle indeed.
That is
Bang. It was a golden. It was a gold, a silver, and a bronze belt buckle with X Games written in the middle of it.
Are you getting your shower before or after we decorate?
Before.
Why? Why before?
Because I want to be clean.
To decorate the tree?
Yep.
Okay. Are we watching our episode of Shameless tonight?
Possibly. Optic 2014 X game. Yeah. Belt buckle. I mean, Scump won the medal, so like he should get it.
A comeback. That is such
The person who's holding the trophy?
action dick sucking. Let's go animals for 800.
Animals for 800. Was the only mammal capable of true flight.
Ooh. Can anybody name that one? Was the only mammal capable of flying? I'll let this
What
one.
does that mean?
Well, like,
Zen.
like busting it up.
True flight. Mammal.
I'm gonna guess now.
Yeah, let's hear it, buddy. True flight mammal.
What is the hawk?
The hawk. Incorrect.
What's a mammal again?
Okay. At least.
I thought that was like a whale.
We are technically mammals.
Wait, a mammal?
Are we a mammal?
Wait, is it a what?
Mammal.
Is a hawk?
I'm
I don't think whales can fly unless they fucking started doing. You show me a video of a whale flying, and I will say I just hit the pen too hard.
I've been forgetting what a mammal is.
I mean,
Maniac.
Swordfish.
What?
Swordfish is very incorrect.
What are we saying?
Okay, I'm just gonna throw a guess. An owl?
An owl. Incorrect.
what do you got? Ed?
I'm gonna guess a hummingbird.
A hummingbird
Chat, I'm
is
proud of you.
also
A bat?
incorrect.
Chat,
A bat.
I'm so proud
A
of you.
bat?
It's a bat.
Yo, I think I had a
It was
bat
a bat.
outside every night when I
what I was
open my
thinking
door
of,
to let the
man.
dogs out. I sleep.
Nobody answered a fish.
So I'm proud of you all, okay? I'm very proud of you all for not answering a fish.
Slam that shit, and I just hear something.
Don't swordfish come out of the
like
water
up in
a
the
little
tree, and it gets pissed every time. Animal 600, please.
Nate, 38.
Animal 600. Which animal is known to have the longest lifespan?
Ooh. Animal with the longest lifespan. Let's see. Let's see. There's two guesses that most people should have, because I was wrong on this. Okay, I'm happy that Nutting Milk gave the answer that I gave, which is a turtle, because I assume that turtles live quite a long time. How the fuck do you know that that's a Greenland shark? Like, what? My question is, what made you know that off the top of your head?
Shotzi.
Did you like study biology? Like, how do you know
tortoise?
Boy, it's actually a good pick.
It is.
I don't know if that's right though.
How's that not right?
I ate part of one in Iceland. That makes sense. Okay,
I'm
there's a
gonna
story
go
behind it. I can get that.
Does
That's
it have to
fair.
be the specific thing, or can it be because I'm gonna go shark. I think it's a shark. Okay.
What kind?
It needs to be specific.
But I'll give it that. Yes, it was the Greenland shark.
Shark? I haven't heard of it. Come on.
Animals 400.
Animals 400. What is a baby kangaroo called?
Joey.
Oh, damn it. I couldn't pause it in time. Okay, yeah. Everybody should be able to get that one. Like, that shit, like, I feel like we all learned that in school at some point. That it's a Joey. Between 255? Yep, 500 years. Which is wild. They'll exist, like, think of, like, whenever people are like, oh, the LCS has been around for so long. Bitch, have you seen a Greenland shark? Have you seen a shark that's been around for 500 years? We are nothing.
Skunk.
We are a pebble in the
It
pond.
is a Joey. Correct.
Shouts out Joey update. 200 animals.
200 animals. What is the fastest land?
Fastest land animal in the world. This should be an easy one. Should be a really easy one. Easiest one of the day. Bang. Kiki's on it. Tyreek Hill. You know what? I appreciate that answer. I appreciate somebody with a good sense of humor on that one.
Is correct.
Bro, I actually just
Well
saw
done.
a video of a cheetah running next to a car, and it's fucking insane. It went up to like
But like,
110
okay,
kilometers.
because I gotta wrap the stream up here. I gotta go get my shower, and then Emily and I are gonna decorate the Christmas tree. But tell me that's not insane content. No. Like, and it's so easy to film. Like, it takes a little bit of work beforehand of like setting up the Jeopardy and like having the buttons and everything, and like making sure like obviously my quality decent. But like, come on, like that's so good. Now it takes good personalities on camera, obviously. Like if Yawn's just up there and like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Fuck this. I don't fucking know. Fuck this. Like, that obviously is not going to make for good content. You need 4 people that are engaging and interacting with each other quite well. And you need somebody that like brings out the vocal side of people, which I think like having Ben as the host is like a massive thing for TL, or like Cloud9 could do this perfectly. Having a Nero as coach and then Dom as one of the contestants alongside 3 of the players would be fucking incredible. C9 could do so much of this content this year, and it would kill it. Like, C9 has the perfect mix of personalities this year to absolutely crush content. They could be doing everything. Like, if I'm C9 and I'm their social media manager this year, I'm just going on Optic's YouTube channel and just filtering for their highest view videos and just being like, yep, we're doing that. 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 And just go down the list, copy it. Ain't no shame in anything. It's just a trivia game. Adapt it to League of Legends in some way, shape, or form, and then bam, great content. And again, don't just make it about League of Legends. Like, throw some League in there, but like mix it up a bit. For C9, like C9 history, okay? For the 5 categories here, you have C9 history, or you have Cloud9 players, you have Cloud9 the org, you have LCS, you have I don't know, North America NA history, or like or US history, whatever one you want to do, because I think that's like a great trivia. And then you do like music for the last one. And I think, dude, it would kill it. Oh, it would kill it so well. But anyways, I gotta go. I gotta export that video, get it uploaded and ready for Friday. Tomorrow, for those of you that don't know,
Again, we've got a video, which actually I can make it available for members only now because we're just a day beforehand. Tomorrow, and this is a hell of a thumbnail. Let me show you guys this thumbnail. This is what I would say a diabolical one on my part. This is tomorrow's video. So, yeah. Look forward to this one. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. The comment section is probably going to be a shit show. Why Sven? Because I didn't want to direct hate towards, like, I was worried about putting a Korean LCS player on the LCS West side because I didn't want hate going towards that player. Because I'm worried about, Soulbreak 24. Like, this is a fairly serious topic that we're talking about when it comes to the import rule, that I don't want that to be, like, I still want it to be the LCS, like a representative of the LCS. Like, Sven is still playing in the LCS as we know it. But I didn't want it to, and also there was no other good photo that was like this that I could find other than maybe like shifting this over for Blabber. But I like Sven, and I like how these two are, like, he's waving over at Sven, who just happens to be like looking in that direction. But I think it's also like, it's one of those where when you say LCK West and then all of a sudden there's this just random tall white dude standing there, it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, what's happening? Like, it's jarring is the thing. Whereas if I say like LCK East and LCK West and it's just like too creative, like you expect it and it's on theme, but there's at least like that kind of like, it's almost like misspelling a word intentionally, if that makes sense. It's kind of jarring. And again, more importantly, I did not want hate getting directed towards any individual player. And I know nobody's going to throw hate Sven's way for a video called the LCK West, or like LCK East versus LCK West. So like, that's the big thing, is trying to minimize impact in any way, shape, or form on this one, just because I know how people can get. Anyways, schedule, let's go from members only to public. So this is now out for members to go watch right now on YouTube. But that's going to be it for me, folks. I'm going to end stream here. Tomorrow will be... It's an intentional choice. There's a story and thought to it all. Yep. He's still an import. There will be another sending him bait for yeah, but it's not going to be as bad. Like, the thing that I'm worried about with this, and I touch on it in the video, is specifically anti-Asian hate or Asian hate that's happening right now. And I want to try and minimize the impact of that as much as like I can, while still talking about a subject that is going to be like touch and go when it comes to, like, you know, flirting that line of, you know, making sure that we have North American talent, but also people taking that potentially as like raw America, MAGA. Like, no, fuck that. So there's a fine line to be balanced here that I'm just trying to make sure that we flirt it well. And also Sven technically is part of the conversation of what I'm talking about it being an import. So anyways, that's it. I cannot talk anymore. I got to go get my shower and get ready to do the tree with Emily. So I will catch you all later. If you haven't done so and you're on Twitch, be sure to follow the channel. If you're on YouTube, be sure to subscribe.